Hey, Choppers, I'm here again on Behind the Mask with Randy Angle. He is a game designer and industry extraordinaire person. He's
got around for a while.
Yeah, a long time teaching games, developing games, teaching classes on games.
Yeah.
So, how long have you been working in the industry?
So, back when I first started coming to DunDraCon, I got really inspired by Steve Perrin and Greg Stafford and all these guys that were game designers. And I thought, hey, I'm 19, maybe I should take some classes and figure out they don't teach classes that many years ago.
Yeah.
And so I had to learn everything by visiting with these guys and doing stuff. So it's been over 40 years that I've been doing tabletop games and loving tabletop games. But in 1991, I switched to making professional video games. I'd learned all the tricks and the techniques and all the stuff. And one of the very first games that I got to work on was Star Trek: The Next Generation for Sega Genesis.
Awesome.
An incredible experience.
Yeah, Sega Genesis is a system, as probably some of our more millennial viewers don't know about. That was one of the first game console systems back then with the Nintendo, the Sega Genesis, and all the older ones that the VR the generation now don't know anything about. Yeah, right. But yeah, they can with a lot.
I worked on all of them. I worked on the PlayStation and the Xbox, and made games like Lord of the Rings, Two Towers for the Xbox and PS2. Worked on Lego products. I worked on Dungeons and Dragons: Eye of the Beholder for Game Boy Advance.
Awesome.
But my love is always making tabletop role-playing games, and I've been doing that since all the way back in 1979.
Yeah, that's awesome. I remember one of my first the D&D editions was second edition, the AD&D second edition. I had the box set, the red box set, all the way back then. I've just been every single edition. Going on. I've touched on everything, even if I didn't like it, because fourth edition was kind of like, but still touching on. But yeah, tabletop RPGs are one of our favorite things. We've got a bi-weekly group where we play like 2 or 3 different games.
I understand you're streaming your gameplay.
Yeah, on Sundays. Yeah, we're streaming The Haunting of Astoria by Doc Naga Adventures.
I listened to a little bit of it the day when your post came out, and I was like, this is really, really good.
Awesome! Thank you.
Yeah. As I'm working, I've got multiple monitors and everything going, and it's always something's playing.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, I'm always glad to hear that people are actually watching. Because I don't know. It's like I see we had 8 viewers. This thing is like it's good to know that actually talk to somebody that actually
when
was
I
watching
see the post that something's out, I try to click on it and say let's see what's happening.
That's awesome. Well, you've actually got a new RPG yourself. Right?
So it's been a wild ride making video games my entire life, and one of the things that happened recently is that California changed its laws on contracting and a lot of things. And I said to myself, my lawyer is talking to me and says, you can't really do the same job you've been doing the last 7 or 8 years. And I said, I think I'm going to go back to the thing I love, tabletop role-playing games. And he's like, how are you going to make money doing that? And I said, I'm going to figure out a new business model.
Yeah.
One of the things that's taken off is RPG-zines. And back in the day when I was a kid learning all this, there were things like Alarms and Excursions and BYOD and these different self-published games where it was literally photocopied and stapled together.
Yeah.
And they would send it for $5 or $10 to their friends. And that was before the internet. That was before everything that we know about modern retail and e-commerce.
Yeah, I know.
People are bringing it back.
Yeah, I know. One of the ones I did between, because when I first started playing second edition Dungeons and Dragons, AD&D second edition, I didn't have too many players other than my brothers that lived in the household. The people that I knew in school and stuff, they were like, "Oh, you're a nerd. You didn't play any of that." And so, but I just started play by mail, like little folio, zine, and then you could get it, and then you send it in for $2 and get stuff back to the little stuff with play by mail stuff like that. And that's how I played a lot of the time before I got a big gaming group, and there are also little things like that you see advertised, that you could order.
So because it started coming back, and friends of mine in Texas, friends of mine on the East Coast, friends in Europe, started making these tiny little books that were 6x9 or anything, and everybody went, but the stapled together single sheet of paper. That's my zine. That's what I love, right? And a bunch of us realized that this was a really good thing, and we started buying and exchanging and trading with our friends, and we're all making these again. And some people are literally traveling the world, and they make a zine, and then they use the money from that zine to afford the next extension of their trip, and like, this is a wild thing. So I said, I have all these years of production experience, and I'm, plenty about graphics design and marketing and everything else. And I said, I'm going to spend a year building RPG-zines and selling them.
Awesome.
And I'm going to try to do it in ways that are unique and different, and some of the tricks and trades that I've learned along the way. And what I started with is, I'm premiering here in the Pro Spiel room at DunDraCon. It's called KaBoomKins, and it's just a funny little cartoon game about the post-apocalypse. If you can imagine that the Smurfs had to survive the big kaboom.
And this is literally only 2 pages stapled together, so it's like an 8-page, but once you fold it in half, it's like...
No, it is a cover in 1/10 stock and an interior in 32 stock. And there is nothing to this, right? Like literally everybody said, you designed an entire RPG in 6 pages with a cover.
Yeah.
And it's true. I start with the world and how it all works, how to play the game on 1 page, how to build your character on 1 column at the 2nd page, everything about all the wild gizmos, soda pop cans, and weapons and things that you can have on the 2nd column. And then a 1 page for everything that the Dungeon Master needs.
Yeah.
And so the last 2 pages are just tables where you can randomly roll for things that you might find in the wasteland or monsters that you might encounter.
Yeah, mission table, monsters.
So it's got monsters and how to make a monster. So you might make a saber-toothed roach who has blazing eyes, and that would be all randomly generated from the mutant monster table. And so it's just been fun building this out, and we were playtesting it just minutes ago.
Mm-hmm.
They had no idea what to expect because I was running an RPG in the board game prototype room. What's this about?
Yeah.
It took less than an hour to play.
Less than an hour to play, yeah. Well, I think with the small size, that'd be great for people that are looking for the games on the fly. That they just need to play something small. They don't have time for a normal game, which lasts like 3, 4, 5 hours. I know our ones that we live stream are anywhere from 2 to 4 hours. Right. So that's great for just a little.
I wanted to be able to have a game that I could comfortably suggest to people they could play during their lunch break at work, or after school before they had to go home with their friends. And people that have played it already in the Protospiel room have said to me, when Bob doesn't show up at our game, we could play KaBoomKins.
Yeah.
And the thing is, if you did 4 to 6 hours of KaBoomKins, you'd go all the way from brand new characters to the point where they retire from becoming heroes and legends, right?
Nice.
In one evening, in 4 to 6 hours, you're done with an entire campaign.
So it's like a filler RPG. You got the little filler games like Mint Works, different filler games. Yeah, it's a filler RPG for your for your players. So yeah, that's awesome. I'm gonna put it up here so make sure the camera can get a shot. It's good, Liz. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, so that's awesome. It's, it's like, you see the big books. You got the Wizards of the Coast big $50 friggin' just player's handbook alone.
I love it. I'm sure you guys love it. I'm sure the fans love it.
Yeah, this is.
But it's intimidating to a brand new player sometimes, and you might want to say, "Oh, my non-gamer friend's over for tonight. Maybe I'm going to play something funnier." Right?
Yeah, we're gonna have
everything in this. If you didn't get it already, is hilarious.
Yeah, you see the little picture there. That kind of resembles me with the beanie and the little scruffy cyber there. Don't give me that look. Anyway, I just need a gun and a little spy versus spy bomb in my hand there.
So and you got names besides the crazy radioactive saber-toothed roach. You've got names in here for the people in the town that you live with that are like Pimplebottom and Gob Tutor and things like that. And the point is to not take yourself very seriously of this, right? I call the catchphrase for my company is literally smaller, faster, funnier role playing games.
Yeah.
And so I think it's a good way to have fun with your friends. And believe me, you don't have to be, Howie Mandel and cut it up. You can be funny just with this.
Yeah, there's a tagline on the back: a post-apocalyptic RPG of cartoon fairy tale mayhem, which just sounds awesome. I think this is probably going to be one of the ones that we're taking a little bit of a hiatus from our live streaming of the Haunting of Historic because some of our players are on vacation, so we're looking to fill in Sundays with other gamer live stream. We have a game called Legends of Albanon that we're going to be live streaming and stuff. But I think this would be straight up great to actually get together because it plays really quick.
So I
made people in there.
20 of these, and I'm giving
awesome.
Logan Chops the channel. I'm giving you guys a premiere copy. This is the DunDraCon 2020 edition. It says in the credits.
right on
in the front page
inside. The DunDraCon 2020. Boom.
So this is a big deal to me, and I plan to release many more variations on this and extensions for campaign mode and alternate rules and how the villains all work and all that good stuff as I'm adding on to this one. But I got 3 more RPGs. One probably a lot bigger than this. But I plan to poke a lot of fun at Dungeons and Dragons. Like for the next year, I promised myself sort of a birthday present that I would work on a bunch of RPGs and get them all published and using my own money, and that I would do all that.
That's awesome. Well, they say that parodying is one of the greatest forms of flattery.
I love Dungeons and Dragons, and nothing against it. I just think that that we need to send it up a little bit and make fun of it so that the fans can love it even more. Right? So
awesome. Well, thank you for taking time to sit down with us and showing us and giving us a copy of Boomkin. KaBoom. Sorry, KaBoomKin, not just Boomkin. KaBoomKin. Yeah, because it's like it says here, it's time to blow stuff up. KaBoomKin. I'm pretty sure we're gonna have a great time.
Everybody always asks me about the spelling of stuff.
No, stuff. No, it's stuff because it's shtick. A lot of people don't know what shtick is. I know what shtick is. Yeah, blow stuff up. It's great. That fits in wonderfly.
It is.
So thank you.
It's been a pleasure.
Yeah, for sitting down with us, and we're looking forward to seeing everything else you come out with, and then jumping into KaBoomKin.
Go to hobbsbush.com.
Yes, hobbsbush.com. We'll have a link to it in the description, so you can find all of Randy's great products that he has.
Buy a T-shirt.
KaBoomKin. Go blow stuff up. Buy it. We'll see you guys next time on Behind the Mask. Can't remember the name of my own segment. Happy gaming.
Thanks.